Moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on. Moving through hell. We are working our way through the maps of Inferno, episode 3 of the original Doom video game, classic Doom. And yesterday we did Hell Keep, which was kind of our introduction to this new landscape, if you want to call it that. It was a pretty short tour, pretty low value property from what we have at, comparables near us. So comparables, I don't know. Today we're going to go through the Slough of Despair. I did look up how to pronounce this as I promised yesterday. I think Slough or slow, depending on your dialect. I'm going to say Slough, the Slough of Despair, which has already an extremely interesting landscape feature in that the map is shaped like a hand. It has fingers and everything. Like, it's just basically like a giant hand, which is kind of cool. Definitely not a gimme level, despite the fact that we already know what it's shaped like. There's a lot to go through. Let's try to get this market price as high as we can by cleaning up the place. It's mostly outdoors. Let's begin. I can already hear, oh my god, I already hear things coming at me, as you would expect in a, late stage Doom level. In the original game, this was the final episode because Thy Flesh Consumed had not come out yet. That wasn't until the retail full release of the Ultimate Doom, which came out, I believe, after Doom 2 came out. So I've mentioned this before. I don't know necessarily what order we're going to do those in. I will make that determination as we get closer to the end of Inferno. But I am going to be a little bit more careful than you would normally see me, because we're getting to the maps now where not only are things hidden and tucked away in a lot of corners, but nothing is automatic here. The levels are difficult, despite the fact that I've nerfed the enemy's health considerably in this mod. But also, I'm just not as familiar with these maps from a, knowing them like the back of my hand standpoint, like I do with, like, maybe some of the earlier ones. That's going to be a common theme that we see as we go through this series, as we start to integrate more and more unique maps, is I'm going to know less and less about them. And as such, these episodes are going to be more and more of a long kind of thing. So here we have like a secret wall. Not really a secret in itself. Oh, I guess it is. It did count. Which gives us a chain gun, which is very nice indeed. Even though we only have 65 bullets. So, yeah, the main area, the main hub, if you will, just a lot of different walls, floating skull things that are just there for decor. But there's a lot of these like little tucked away recesses in these walls that, hold secrets and enemies and things that we must collect. So you can hear the noises perhaps of the lost souls flying around. One thing I did do with this mod, and I think I mentioned this before, is I did make lost souls count for kills. Now that does become problematic in Doom 2. But we have a solution for that, and we'll get there when we get to Doom 2. I'm not going to waste time talking about it now. You have trees shaped like hands. I mean, there's just so much stuff here. So if we go here, this is going to be like the pinky finger. And you'll hear things moving around. We've already upset some of the locals. But a lot of the, classic Doom, hey, you go somewhere and then a wall, lowers in another part of the level. Here we actually have a switch as well. It comes up. That opens something back here, I think. Yep. So a lot of backtracking here. Now we have a map, which is pretty cool. You can see the hand. Very, very nice. I believe the exit is in the middle finger, which is appropriate. Maybe not. Maybe it's actually in the ring finger. I don't know. We just got to make sure we don't accidentally exit the level before we're done exploring it, because then I'm going to have to re-record this whole damn thing. A lot of floating skulls here. Running out of bullets. I do have a berserk pack. Yeah, this is the exit up here. So I have the blue key. We can actually exit the level right now. I don't want to do that. I want to instead grab this and then keep exploring. We'll come back here. So the ring finger, I misspoke before, is where you will find the exit. All right, now we have to bust out the damn berserk pack, it looks like. And this is going to be close quarters in here. We have to be careful because you have, I believe, zombies somewhere that can, with their little hit scan mechanism on their guns, can really do some damage. I'm not too worried about these guys as much. And just a lot of secrets. When you look at the map, like, I don't know. Like, I know this is supposed to be a hand, but, like, what's wrong with this dude's finger? Why is there this big gap here? We don't know. If someone could tell me, that'd be fine. Oh, I'm taking damage. Fine, we got some shotgun shells. That's very lovely to see. Go in here, and this is actually, I should probably... I thought I had a shotgun, but I just have shotgun shells. Okay. Have to be careful here. Another kind of, like, you could do a take down these walls in between. You got another karaoke stage set up. I just assumed that the people who made this game love putting in, like, little stage areas, little performance areas for their for their clients. All right, get out of my way. We only have 2 more kills left, so that's good. Here's one. The other one's probably going to be floating around somewhere in the level, probably in one of these corners. We're missing a lot of items, like a lot. 21 to be exact. So we're going to be doing a lot of deep exploration here into all these little corners. And as such, you're going to be seeing me pull my map up a lot. And I promise I'm not trying to be annoying when I do that, but it's just, it is what it is. A lot of these look like to be health packs, so it makes sense why I would have missed them the first time, because, you know, I typically don't like picking those up if I don't need them, but we do have to pick all of them up the way that I've set this up. That's where we came in at. What are we missing? We're missing 15 items. I think back here, there's our last enemy. There's a couple items in here. I'm not really at the point where I want to turn on the item identifier in the map yet, but it's definitely a consideration, because this is... See, we're missing a secret too. So if you see here on the map, there's actually an arrow. Like, this is actually shaped like an arrow, which is pretty cool. So if we walk towards where the arrow points, we can open that. And there's a plasma rifle that would have been super useful earlier. Question is, where? Ah, yes, of course. The items are up here. There's a way to lower these, but we're going to actually just use the jumping function here. That, actually. Wait, I don't know. Good question. Let's go back this way and just check everything. So anyway, yeah, if you've got a desire to have a property that looks like a hand, this is probably for you. The Slough of Despair. I don't know how interested I'd be in something that has the word despair in the title necessarily. That seems like it would be maybe a little bit unnerving, but it is a thing. Check down here real quick. That's our exit, so really to see there. And then back here, obviously we grabbed everything. So I think it's time that we see where our items are at. It looks like there could be something behind the exit. Yes, it's a clip. I'm going to be careful not to trigger the exit. So that's a good find right there. It's probably going to be some stuff out here in the field area. The Field of Dreams, the Field of Screams. There's one. We're just looking for one more. Our market price sitting at 1.416 million. Solid. It's mostly an outdoor space. There's a lot you could do with it in that regard. I think a lot of it's open to your interpretation for what you would like to see. The property itself does not have a lot of solid building space. It's just mainly outdoorsy stuff. And as we kind of go through here, you can see it's just very unnerving to not be able to find this last item. We will find it. That's the last thing I do. We kind of have to. That's the whole point. I mean, it could be worth like a lot, whatever it is. So definitely want to find it. Let's go in this. What's tucked in this corner here? A rocket launcher, our final item. There you go. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Only a little over 10 minutes. Let's get the hell out of here. There you have it. Slough of Despair. 1.466 mil. That's beautiful. Oh, that was a weird sound. Okay. Yikes. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. I know I certainly did. As we continue to work through these Inferno levels, several more episodes to come. I hope you'll join me. And this has been This Old Doom. Think about, what kind of mortgage rate you're looking for on this hellish property. I don't know anything about buying or really selling any property, but I don't know. I feel like if you're buying something in hell, they should just give you a 0%. And just be like, hey, we just want this thing sold. So that's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth.